Ladies and gentlemen, the People's Bank of China is responsible for the financial stewardship of the world's largest export economy, 1.4 billion people. It is an extraordinary remit and responsibility. And so we are thrilled to have the Deputy Governor of the People's Bank of China joining us today. Please welcome Mr. Zhang Qingsong. Please.
Dear Chief Executive Zhang Li, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a great pleasure for me to attend the Hong Kong FinTech Week 2023. Today, I'd like to share my observations about inclusive finance empowered by FinTech. Science and technology are the primary productive force, and innovation is the permanent driver for development. FinTech, as a technology-driven financial innovation, has become the key engine for promoting inclusive finance in digital economy. This week's Central Financial Worker Conference has laid out the plan for improving financial services through FinTech and developing inclusive finance. Over the years, the People's Bank of China, the PBOC, has attached great importance to the role of technological innovations in inclusive finance. We have drafted development plans, launched pilot programs, and promoted demonstration projects. Through those efforts, we have guided financial institutions to empower inclusive finance with digital technologies to improve its quality and efficiency. In the meantime, we have actively engaged in the G20 inclusive finance reforms and made digital inclusive finance a standing topic under the G20. We have also enhanced regulatory cooperation on FinTech with our peers in Hong Kong and Macau to promote digital inclusive finance. Through joint efforts, digital technologies such as big data, Internet of Things, and cloud computing, etc., has been widely applied to financial services on the mainland in recent years. And the integration of technological innovations and inclusive finance continue to deepen. This has further reduced the information asymmetry and greatly expanded the access to inclusive finance. In addition, financial infrastructures could respond more rapidly to inclusive financial transaction needs, featuring with high concurrency, high frequency, and larger flows. Thanks to the above changes, the accessibility, availability, and customer satisfaction of inclusive financial services have improved markedly. Currently, over 95% of mainland residents have bank accounts. Payment services cover more than 99% of villagers. Micro and small business, MSBs, can open an account within 1 to 3 days. During the past decade, the value of the mobile payments grew at the average annual rate of nearly 30%, and the penetration rate hit 86%, ranking top globally. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to share some of the PBOC practices in encouraging financial institutions to empower inclusive finance with FinTech. First, we have promoted inclusive finance to shift from labor-intensive to data-driven. The PBOC has guided financial institutions to build digital business systems underpinned by data and computing power. Through panoramic data analysis, financial institutions could better understand the market trends and clients' needs, unclog business process, optimize resources allocation, and reconfigure workflows. Then they could shift business model from experience-driven and labor-intensive to data-driven and technology-intensive. After this transformation, financial institutions could provide high-quality, inclusive financial services at lower operational cost, which is more commercially viable. For instance, with the help of the technologies such as RPA, OCR, and low-code, some financial institutions have achieved timely product innovation and business process automation. Their efficiency of inclusive financial services has significantly improved, with one client manager now able to serve 4 times more clients than before. Second, we have strengthened the digital channels for accessing financial services. The PBOC has made enormous efforts to ensure financial services cover the last mile. We have guided financial institutions to set up smart and digital service channels and build a multi-dimensional financial service network which connects online and real-world services and integrates financial and public services. Now, many financial institutions have adopted a one-stop service model so that clients could get all business done with just one visit. Financial services are no longer confined to physical banking outlets and are available on apps and in communities. Third, we have supported financial institutions to leverage big data and other technologies to improve credit extension and risk control management. As you may know, the financial needs of the MSBs are mostly short-term, frequent, urgent, and small in amount. Therefore, the PBOC supports financial institutions to harness technologies such as big data and AI and develop financing plans based on differentiated algorithm. Digital risk control has covered the entire lending process, which constantly improve credit approval and risk management and make credit services more readily available and targeted. Empowered by the technologies, inclusive finance has seen remarkable growth. By the end of September this year, outstanding inclusive MSB loans stood at around 29 trillion RMB yuan, a year-on-year increase of 24%. Over 61 million MSBs have gained access to loans, up by 13% compared with the year earlier. In September, the interest rate on inclusive MSB loans was only 4.6%, a record low, and the non-performing loans at a comfortable zone. Fourth, we have enhanced financial inclusion to better serve the elderly and the people with the disabilities so as to close the digital divide. As of September this year, more than 1,000 financial institutions have released over 1,100 accessible financial apps with features such as the large text and voice-controlled systems. Ladies and gentlemen, Hong Kong is an international financial center, as well as an innovation and a technology hub. The Greater Bay Area, as one of the most open, dynamic, and competitive world-class city clusters, is well-positioned for developing FinTech and inclusive finance. In the few days, the PBOC will sign a tripartite MOU with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority and the Monetary Authority of Macau to connect PBOC's FinTech innovation regulatory tools with HKMA's FinTech supervisory sandbox and the AMCM's regulatory requirements for innovative FinTech pilot trials. This will further strengthen regulatory cooperation on FinTech innovation in Greater Bay Area. The PBOC will continue to strengthen exchanges and cooperation on inclusive finance with other central banks, monetary authorities, and international institutions. We stand ready to share Chinese stories, learn from international practices and experiences, and actively contribute to the development of global inclusive finance. Let me conclude by wishing the Hong Kong FinTech Week 2023 a complete success. Thank you very much.